There are only 6 things you need to do to make the Toyota Tacoma look awesome. Cost a little bit less than $2,800. I'm going to tell you what they are. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. And that's right, there are only 6 things that you really need to do to make the Toyota Tacoma look awesome. Now, I've done all of these to my truck, so I could be a little bit biased because, frankly, I think my truck looks awesome, but don't we all? So let's get into it. Again, it costs you a little bit less than $2,800 to do all of these things. Number 1, window tint. All you have to tint are the front windows. Everything else already comes done from the factory. You've already paid for that part. Shouldn't cost you more than about $130 to $150 depending on where you live, and of course what grade of tint quality you go with. I always go with middle of the road, $135 to do mine. Never had any troubles with it, lasts just fine. Of course you can spend more money. The other day I was at a tint shop having my Jeep Gladiator Mojave windows tinted, and some guy was spending $405 to have his done. Just crazy. No way would I spend that kind of money. Next up, wheels and tires. You know, the wheels and tires that come on the Toyota Tacoma are kind of subpar, at least from a look standpoint, in my opinion. You know, it comes with those chrome wheels, unless you go with a higher trim level like the Pro or something, but it comes with those chrome wheels and the all-terrain tires. You know, they're just kind of a cookie cutter bland tire. There's nothing awesome about them. They are great though, great for ride quality. They're great for longevity. They always seem to last a long time, 40, 50, 60,000 miles, but they don't give you that awesome look that the aftermarket tires give. Now, let me tell you, you don't have to go with bigger tires. You know, right now, and I have, in all honesty, mine are 285/70 R16s. I kept 16 because I wanted that wheel or that tread wall. Gives you better ride quality. But you don't have to do that. You can stay with a 16 or 17 inch wheel and even go with a stock size tire. Now, I'll give you a little tip. I discovered this on my first Jeep Gladiator. If you go with a little bit narrower wheel, you're gonna balloon out that tire a little bit. It's gonna give you a bit of a beefier look. So you can stay with a stock size tire and still have a little stronger or more aggressive look if you go with a little bit narrower wheel. It actually looks pretty good, and that way you don't have to lift it or worry about rubbing or any of that kind of stuff. The biggest problem with doing anything with bigger tires anyway on the Toyota Tacoma. Number 3, oh, by the way, the cost of that shouldn't be any more than $2,300, $2,400 unless you go crazy. And that's going with a bigger tire setup. So probably cost you even a little bit less. Number 3, delete that front air dam, that chin strap across the front. I'm guessing it's for mileage reasons. Nobody ever has a really good reason as to what that's for. You know, fuel economy, that it directs the wind flow around the truck better or something. I don't know. I've removed it on every Tacoma I've had that it's come with. Doesn't come with all of them. But I've removed it on every one that it's come with, and it just provides a more aggressive front end look with the Toyota Tacoma. Haven't noticed any decrease in fuel economy or anything else during the times that I've done it. Definitely provides for a more aggressive, meaner look on the front end. Number 4, you gotta fill that tailgate stamp. What I'm talking about is the stamped Tacoma across the back of the truck. You know, you can get letters from all over the place. I recommend Tough Skins. That's what I always use on mine. But you can get them all over the place, and they make the back of the truck pop. They make it look much better. I think the Tacoma with its stamped gate is calling, screaming for that. No matter what color you put in, even if you just go black, it's a definite improvement to the truck. It doesn't cost that much money, and it's simple to do. They just stick in, and if you go with a place like Tough Skins, they're designed to fit. You can't mess them up. Pretty darn simple. Number 5, add the TRD Pro Grill. It should come with the TRD Pro Grill. A lot of people call it the Heritage Grill. It's an awesome grill for the front end of the Toyota Tacoma, and that's why it's so popular. You know, there are a myriad of aftermarket grills out there that you can get, but honestly, in my opinion, the only one that looks good on the front of the Tacoma is the TRD Pro grill. Pretty simple to do. There are tons of knockoffs out there. I suggest running for Tacos. They sell one. It's just the insert in the front. You pop your grill off, pop the insert out, put the new one in. It's pretty simple to do. Now, one thing I want to point out is the TSS sensor. Everybody always asks about the TSS sensor. First of all, make sure you get that little plate that goes in that's going to cover the sensor, because you are going to move it down a little bit. Now, people always ask me, well, do you have to have it recalibrated? Did you know recalibration is only putting a couple of spacers behind it to change the angle of the sensor? You can do that yourself. You can pay a shop to do it. They'll charge you probably a couple $100 or something like that. But it is not difficult to deal with. And honestly, I've never had any trouble with it. I think that's probably because every time I've gone with the Pro Grill, I've done it on a lifted truck. So I lift the truck up, but I lower the sensor position. So the offset there is not enough to cause me any issues with the TSS sensor. But if you do have troubles, you just put a couple washers behind it, change the angle so it points differently depending on what you're doing with your truck. Number 6, this is kind of a bonus and kind of a personal preference thing, I realize. Debadge or blackout. You know, the Tacoma, unless you've got a blacked out package, is going to come with the chrome lettering on the side. It's going to say Tacoma there. It might say SR5 up there. Going to have some V6 or four-wheel drive or whatever, little badges all over the place. Now, I say this is personal preference because I'm not a big fan of chrome. If you are, I'm not dogging you. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have our personal preference. And if you like the badges on there, but you just don't like the chrome, there are plenty of places out there that sell the covers that go over them. They're black, they look really good. Matter of fact, a couple of times that I've gotten them on a Tacoma already blacked out, like on my Barcelona Red, they had those covers on. I don't know if they were added aftermarket, I don't think. I think Toyota probably does that at port, but they just put the cover on, turns them black, and they actually don't look that bad if you're into badges and you like badging. The other option, of course, which I don't recommend, is to pop them off, repaint them, and then put new tape on the back and slap them back on. I don't recommend it because you can damage them pulling them off, you can actually break them, and then you have to reposition them correctly and get the right amount of tape and all that stuff when you put them back on. I would just buy new blacked out badges if you're looking to do that. Anyway, those are the 6 things, only 6 things that you need to do to make your Toyota Tacoma look awesome, in my opinion. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Is $2,800, a little bit less, too much to spend to make your Tacoma look awesome? Or have you already done this stuff? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive MT, all about mini trucks, currently the Hyundai Santa Cruz, and RobMotive JT, all about Jeep Gladiators. Just added a Jeep Gladiator Mojave to that channel. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.